Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel IT Pro Teams. Today we are going to discuss about one of the interesting third-party migration tool that we use for tenant to tenant migration or on-prem to tenant migration with Microsoft and non-Microsoft both. Today this video primary focus is tenant to tenant migration um, with uh, on-demand Quest on-demand tool, and with this tool we are going to discuss how to set up this tool, how to create a migration project, what license you're looking for, right? What kind of license Quest offer. So let's talk about first. If you want to go, you just log into the Quest portal, right? Like I logged in with my account, and I'm using a trial license. So currently, if you go to your licensing part, then you can see what all are the license that offer by Quest. So there are multiple product license offered by Quest for migrations. Currently, if you can see, there's only one license. That is again a trial license. I activated for 1 month. It's going to expire in 19 Feb. Okay. So if you can go to this is a T1 license. If you click here, and this license only support account, mail, and OneDrive migration. Does not support MST migration or SharePoint migration. But if you want to include those things, then you have to go with T3 license, which provide you account, mail, OneDrive, SharePoint, Microsoft Team, and Office 365 group along with Power BI. If you want to go further, then if you want to include Active Directory also and Azure Active Directory, then you have to go with T5. And if you want to add like more options, right, like domain move, domain rewrite, along with Active Directory and Azure Active Directory, then you have to go with T7. There are independent license also available. You can go and choose which license you're looking for. Currently, uh, we have the T1 license with us. So after login to this trial license, opening the trial license and log into this portal, the next thing that you have to do, you have to add your tenant. It's very simple. You go here and there's an options to add the tenant, right? So if you click on add tenant, then it will ask you it's a commercial or GCC tenant, or it's an GCC high tenant. I just using in US. So but you can go and add your tenant like this, add a commercial and GCC tenant here. Once you do that, it will take you to the login page. You log in with your global admin, provide the admin consent, and then the tenant will be added here, like the one that I've added here. So I have two tenanted, right? One is this M365 and the second one is called WWLX. Okay. So now let's go and see the next thing that we have to do. We have to go to migration tab, right? And then there's call option called project. You click on that. Currently we don't have any project, so what we have to do, we just go to create and then we set tenant to tenant migration. And in this, when you're selecting it, it will ask you the description of that particular project. It will ask you which is your source tenant, from where you want to migrate, right? And what is your destination tenant, where you want to migrate, right? So my source tenant will be WWLX and my destination tenant will be M365. So I have to select both of them, and then there's an option save. Now it will ask me what option I can use, right, in this particular project. So I already told you I have a T1 license. So T1 license only support account, mailboxes, OneDrive also, right? But as of now, I will add the mailboxes later on, right? But let's select the account and mailbox only. Then you just click on save. Now it will ask you right, grant the consent, right? So if you the first time you are adding the tenant, you have to grant the consent. But if you already added a tenant, then you can click on re-grant. So my case, I have already grant the consent for these two tenants as I already added them. But if you are first time adding it, it will ask you. Then what you have to do, you just click on this link. It will taking for login, and you just log in with your admin account. Like so, this time it is www admin account that I'm using it, right? So this is my global admin, and it will give you this page. It will give you the consent for all you read data, read groups, read your directory settings and profiles and everything. Click OK. Right. Once you do that, the consent will be given, right, to Quest to access the data from your Microsoft tenant. And this is very important part. If you are not going to provide the consent, right, it will not able to migrate data from one tenant to another tenant. So it is very important. Make sure, right, you will do grant, and you can see the detail also. There is an option if you want to revoke, you can revoke also. Right. Now it will ask you, do you want to supply any additional features or any plan? So as of now, I am good with these two things. So I'll save and continue. But if I have advanced plan, I can go and choose more of the things. So finally, this is the descriptions, right? And click, you have this tick mark. If you don't have, it will not open. But if you have this, this will be automatically open. So this is the way how you can create a project. And once you create the project, you can see the project dashboard. So this is my project, and this is my dashboard. Currently, if you can see, it show you the welcome site. Currently there is no data here, there is no discovery, none of the information is fetching. So there is an option called grant consent. If you click on it, you can see it's already granted here, right, right here, but only granted for some of the information, right? And here you can see the revoke consent also. So I have used it for, like, this is default Microsoft Entra tenant informations. If you want to go with other information, you have to go with this, right? And you can see license management. There's a basic is already granted, right? For migration, minimum migration is granted here, right? So you don't need to worry about, we have already granted it here. But for your understanding perspective, how to do it, you have to check it, right? So let's go back again to the project, and you can open this project. So now can you go to this next option called discover? You click on it, and we have to create a discovery task to discover the environment. It will take a bit time. Hang on. Okay. Now you can see it here. We are in a migration task. So there is an option discovery, right? So if you click here, discover all, that is one option. Discover from a file. Let's suppose if you have a tenant and the tenant has multiple domains and you only want to discover the user from a specific domain or specific user, then you can use it with the file also. But we are going to discover the entire tenant, so let me select it. So this is my account discovery task. I click next. It gave me a notification when the task will be complete. I can start this task now, later, or I can schedule a time when I want to run this task. I'm doing it now. So it's going to be to go to my source tenant and do the discovery. It will take few minutes. Now here you can see all the tasks that we are creating. You can't see them here. You can see them here. If you click on this task, you can see any task that you are going to execute in this Quest on Demand portal. They will be reflecting here. So currently you can select this task and you can see the status of the task also. And here you can see the percentage. If you want to modify, stop, you want to change some information, right? And then anything the task started, close, any problem in the task, any failure or any permission issues, then you can basically see the event, and those events will be reflecting here. Under that, you'll be able to see, right? So this event is for because the task is started by the user. And what task is? Account discovery task. So let's go back to the task and see how quickly it's going to be complete. So now you can see the progress. It's 41% within few seconds. So again, I have very small test environment in my source and destination tenants. So the discovery will be less time consuming. But if you are working with a large tenant, this might take 20-30 minutes based on the size of the tenant. But for a smaller one, it might be take a few minutes. So now it's 72%. Once this task is over, you go to your accounts and you start seeing all the account informations that will be discovered. Now can you see all these accounts? They were not there, right? And you can see lots of information about this account. Are there a sync account, right, or a cloud only account? Like this one is a cloud only user, right? Do we have a target name, right? What is the source type? What kind of mailbox is it? It's a group or mailbox, what it is, right? What is the source UPN? What is the target UPN? Then security group is assigned to it or not, right? And some other information, right? So let's suppose I want to migrate a user, right, from my source tenant to the destination tenant. The next thing after the discovery complete, which you can go and check it here, it is completed, right? And that's the reason you can able to see all the users here. Let's suppose I'm planning to migrate one user from my source tenant to the destination tenant, right? So what I'm going to do, let's suppose I want to migrate this user, Helen, right? So what I have to do, I have to basically create a collection for the user to whom I am migrating, and then I have to uh, just let me create a collection. So I'll give it name, it Ellen, right? So I know what collections are. So you can see the collection from here. Okay. Once you do that, the next option we have to select is match. Match means you want to check this account if it is exist in the sometime the user have duplicate naming or names are same and you try to migrate, they can try to conflict with your accounts in a different tenant. So after creating the collection, you have to do selected object that you want to do the matching. Once you click on that, it will go and create a match task. So this is for Alan. So I can mention it here. So it's easy to remember. And now what exactly the attribute that I want to match here. So I have display name, I have mail nickname, emitted ID, employee ID, right? Let's go with the display name in the source and destination. I want to see if any LND is available in my target tenant or not. So click next. Now I want to run this task right now and finish. Now another task will be created here, right? You can click on this link to go to the task, right? And task will show you all the information. The task started. So now let's wait for this task to be get completed. It is done. Now go back to your accounts. Even you can check this one if there is any error or something. Once again. It's a little bit slow for me. Let me refresh the tenant. So before we are going there, let's think about the user, the name of this user. It is a part of WWLX. It has a license assigned, which is called M365 E5 license. Right. And let's open this user, right, and see the, not here. Let's go to the Exchange side because we are planning to migrate the mailbox and check what is the size of that mailbox. It's very small mailbox, as I already told you. Let's say okay. Now go and select the collection. I hope I can see that user here. So this is my destination environment. If I go and check the users here, I don't see any user name called Alan. So we're good here. Uh, let's go here. After that, After matching is complete, the next thing that you can basically do the migration. Click on migrate. Let's create an account migration task. I'm creating account migration task for Alan. So, so it's asking for the target domain name. So this is my target domain, right? Because I have only two domains, right? And these are some options. Migrate the PDL value from the source account. PDL value is called preferred data locations, right? Whatever the data location, that means if the user is from US, then that user will go into the US location only. Click next. Then it will ask you custom source routing, from where the mail will be route, right, until the migration, because some of the user it might take more time, right? So this is the source. Next, right, click next, click next, and then run this task. So this is the task name, this is the account, this is the target tenant, right? And we have talking about the email forwarding and target domain names. We finish it. Currently, let's go back to here. In the active users, you don't see any user name called Alan. So let me refresh it, right? You don't see it here. So we'll come back because this task is still in progress. We'll come back here and you can able to see the task that we have created for Alan. You can select this task and you can see the details. Again, we have same options. You can stop it, start it, edit it. Currently there is no match failed options, no match stopped, no match also basically, because that user is not exist in my target tenant. Now you can see the progress is 20%. And then we go to the destination tenant and we'll wait for the account to be migrated here. And here you can see any matching stop, any match one, migrating, migration failed, migration stopped, migration with issues, any kind of thing. And even you can see more detail with the events. Quest tenant is a little bit slow, or it might be my internet, but you can see we don't face any kind of error as of now. It's going, and this is only now it's 50%. That's good progress. So this one we are doing it because of the cloud to cloud user. If it is your on-prem synced account, then best way, go to your target tenant and you just sync your active directory, the OU, to the target tenant with an AD connect. But if it is cloud only environment, right, in that case you can directly migrate that user all along with all the properties from source to destination tenant or target tenant. 75%, it's making progress. Now here you can see it. We got a user migrated L&D from source to target tenant. And if you can go here, this is still showing the progress because some of the property still not migrated. Oh, it's completed here. not updated here. So the user is available here. If you can open the users, you can able to see all the property of that user, right? So currently this user don't have any license because we have not assigned any license because we do only turn a user migration. But next video I will show you how to migrate a mailbox from source tenant to destination tenant, and to migrate any services we need to assign a license, and I'll show you how to assign the license from the tool itself, like from uh, Quest on demand. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe my channel for further interesting videos for Microsoft 365 migration tools. Have a nice day.